All right. So this story is about Mona the mouse, and she is switching places. She doesn't have a permanent house. She is moving on. So right now in the first two paragraphs, as in how a story is designed, that in the beginning of the story, they will be describing the setting and the character. So yes, they have described the setting, which is like a forest. And they've used beautiful descriptive words to make the reader feel that they are actually in that forest. All right, so we are all right, so I'm going to start reading from here. Now she has to move her current house because there has been a flood. The problem is because of a sudden flood, the current house where she resides in is completely spoiled. So she's finding a new place to live. Now they are describing about the whole situation, and let me read it out to you. Rain beat down on the trees of Fernwood Forest. So the place where she lives is known as the Fernwood Forest, which were just beginning to turn the colors of fall. Now, we know there are different seasons, children. So right now, it is fall season. Now, can you tell me which season exactly is fall? Anyone? Anybody here? Anay? Reyansh? Which season is fall season?
Fall season is autumn season.
Yes, it's autumn season. It's autumn. Okay? So where you would see all the trees leaves turning orange, and that's the reason why it looks colorful. Otherwise, we know that the foliage, you know what is foliage? Ferns and petals, all the plants that you see. A better way of saying that is foliage. Foliage is green. But during the month of, during autumn season, they all turn into yellow and orange. Okay? And that is why they have said that it is the colors of the fall. Instantly, Mona was soaked from nose to tail because it was raining cats and dogs. Her paws sank into the wet ground with every step. Pay attention to the details that's mentioned here, okay? Kian, we have just started, okay? I just read the first paragraph. Which way should I go, she wondered. To the right was a farm, but it was very far and it had a cat. She knew because she had once tried to live there. So it was either to the left or straight ahead. She was about to go straight when crack. Now, when I say crack, pay attention to how crack is written. First of all, the entire word is capitalized, children, and there is an exclamation mark, which marks as a sound. And this is the first figurative language that we have come across in this paragraph, and it is known as onomatopoeia. Okay, I always struggle in pronouncing it. It is onomatopoeia. Okay, we are going to listen to this pronunciation now, so that everybody will know how to pronounce it right. This figurative speech describes the sound. So if we are describing rain, can you give me the right sound, children? Which sound describes rain?
Pitter patter.
Yes, anything else?
Dip drop.
Okay. Anything else? Ayantika, would you like to add something to raindrops falling on the ceiling of your house? Nothing comes to your mind right now? All right. Let's listen to the pronunciation.
Onomatopoeia.
Okay? Onomatopoeia.
Excuse me, ma'am. Onomatopoeia.
Onomatopoeia. Okay.
Excuse me, miss.
Yes.
Can I try to say it?
Yes, please go ahead.
Onomatopoeia.
Onomatopoeia. Onomatopoeia. ठीक है? रियांश,
Onomatopoeia.
रियांश, आप बोलोगे? Onomatopoeia.
Onomatopoeia.
If I write it in bold here, my spelling is 100% wrong here. Let me see the spelling. O-N-O, so it is O-N-O-M-A-T-O-P-O-E-I-A. Everybody write it in the chat box because it's important for us to know the spellings also. I'm going to write it again for you. And then everyone is going to type it in the chat box. O-N-O, ono, mat, o, onomatopoeia. Pia ka spelling is P-O-E-I-A. Onomatopoeia. Can you say this slowly like me? Onomatopoeia.
Onomatopoeia.
Spelling check karna everybody. Onomatopoeia. Next. So crack is onomatopoeia because it is the sound of something. She was about to go straight when crack. Lightning flashed and Mona jumped. To the left it was then. She had a deeper... Mute yourself. Please, please. Please mute. Yeah. Please mute yourself, everybody. Hazel, mute yourself. Okay. She was about to go straight when crack, lightning flashed and Mona jumped. To the left it was then. So she thought of going straight, okay? But then since there was thunder struck there, she decided to go left. She headed deeper into the forest, hopping. Now see, this is hopping because there is a double P and it is not hoping. Okay? Hoping ka spelling is H-O-P-I-N-G and hopping is H-O-P-P-I-N-G. Okay? She headed deeper into the forest, hopping from twig to leaf, trying to stay out of the mud. If only there were a rock to burrow under, or a clump of mushrooms or a hollow tree. Why do you think? Why do you think this line is written here as if only there were a rock to burrow under, or a clump of mushrooms or a hollow tree? But there wasn't. Tell me, why do you think this sentence is written?
Ma'am, I think so.
Ma'am, I
Excuse
think
me, ma'am.
Go ahead, whoever wants to say. Okay, let me answer then. Since she's escaping the rain, right, she needs a shelter. And that is why she's looking for a shelter, maybe under a rock or a clump of mushrooms or a hollow tree where she can, just go stand and prevent herself from getting wet. But although it is mentioned that she is wet from head to toe, it is mentioned, right? See, look here. I am marking it as red. Mona was soaked from nose to tail, which means from head to toe. Since she is a creature, Shivansh, Mona is a mouse, right? So we can't say head to toe. What do they have? They have nose and they have tail. Yes. That's another interesting way of writing, describing an animal who is wet from nose to tail. There wasn't even a sign of another animal. Everyone else must be hidden away in their homes. Mona thought, safe from storm. Soon, rain was collecting in her ears. Oh my God.
I can't see your screen.
Everybody can see my screen, or it's just Anvika?
We can see your screen.
Anvika, you will have to just swipe through.
We can see your screen.
Okay, just swipe through and see whichever video is showing a picture, you have to try to pin it up, okay? Soon rain was collecting in her ears. She shook, splash. She fell into the water, whoosh. All these words that you see is onomatopoeia, okay? Just like that, instead of by wolves, she was swallowed by this tree. Oh my God. I don't know. Aditya only.
One.
All smaller. Okay. Just like that, instead of by wolves, she was swallowed by the stream, which gulped and gushed and carried her away. Water filled her mouth, and she coughed and sputtered. Clinging desperately to her bobbing suitcase, she was swept along by the current down a hill. What does current mean here, Shamoil? Current. What is current?
And current means the waves, I think, like basically.
Yes. Current is the water current. You know, if we are there would be stream, there would be river, and then there would be still water also. River, stream, creek, they are all flowing, moving water. So they have a speed attached to it, which is known as water current. Whereas a pond is still water, lake is still water. It doesn't move. Have you ever seen pond ka water moving? It is collected there, right? Definitely, if it is a windy day, if it is raining, then you will see little movement.
Excuse
in
me,
that
miss.
water. Yes,
Current means like water current that is coming out of the cloud. But we can also call it lightning.
yes. Okay. Now, clinging desperately to her bobbing suitcase, she was swept along by the current down a hill, past bushes and ferns and rocks and roots, deep into the forest. Farther and farther, the stream carried her. She scrambled up onto her suitcase and watched as the trees grew mossier and more twisted. This must be the heart of the forest, she thought, somewhere she had never been. Why do you think it is the heart of the forest? I will tell you. Because when you are deep inside a forest, everything looks greener to you as compared to the outside. If you are just at the entry of.
Miss, should I tell?
Just a second, let me finish this page. Okay. Now, at last the stream slowed into a pool made from some large roots. Try to understand. At last, the stream slowed into a pool made from some large roots. So the flowing water will definitely end somewhere. Hai ki nahi? It is going to collect somewhere. Water definitely, even if it's river flowing by, and geographically, if we try to understand, it definitely gets collected somewhere. People have reservoirs, they have dams where they collect water. Similarly, here the water is getting collected somewhere. One root reached forth like a helpful paw. Okay? If you try to imagine, I'm drawing it for you, okay, with the help of this red color. This is tree branch, tree trunk, and then we will have some roots. So if it's a big tree, you know, you'll see some roots on the surfaces also, like on the surface also, and the other roots would be inside the soil. Agree? Yes? So here, one root reached
Yeah,
for.
ma'am, like if it's like
Yes, yes, yes. So one root reached forth like a helpful paw. So suppose if this root is on the surface, children, this one, she can hold it onto it, right? And it looks like a leg. Paw is like a leg of a creature. Animals are going to have paws and claws. Humans have hands and legs, right? Okay. One root reached forth like a helpful paw, and Mona grasped it and clambered out of the water. Okay, these are words coming out. Instead of saying simple word as coming out of water, you can use a vivid word like clambering out of water. Okay, so clamber is a verb which means coming out. Next, last page. She gasped. There in front of her rose another enormous tree. Now, this is not the rose plant, children. Okay? The entire passage we know is written in which tense? I will just ask someone who was sleeping, okay, in my class. I'll just see. Ayantika, this passage is written in which tense? The whole passage, entire passage is written in which tense?
past.
How do you know it is written in past tense?
Because the story like some of the words
Those walls, no? They have blue walls.
Yeah, Ayantika, carry on.
mostly all the words are in past.
Okay. All the verbs, if you identify, Just pick out any verb, any sentence. You know, a sentence is a complete sentence if it has a verb in it. हम सबको पता है ना? Every sentence is going to have a noun verb. ठीक है? So if you see any sentence, like see giant, wait. Giant branches fanned out around the top like a crown. Now here the verb is fan, and here ed is attached to it. So it is a past tense. So you have to validate your answer by saying all the verbs are in past tense rather than saying the words are in past tense. Okay? Be more precise. You are in higher grade. Next, she gasped. There in front of her rose another enormous tree. Now this rose is not the rose plant. It is the past tense of Kian. Rose is the past tense of?
Ma'am, rise.
Yes.
Ma'am, rise.
Yes, rise. Okay. There in front of her rose another enormous tree. Can you give me a synonym for enormous?
Big. Ma'am, large. Large, big.
Better word? Better word?
Large, big, humongous.
Very good. Anything else that's coming to your mind?
Gigantic.
Titanic.
Ma'am,
Gigantic.
gigantic.
Ginormous.
Humongous.
Titanic.
Titanic.
Humongous.
Titanic means big.
No, sorry. I forgot.
Gigantic. Gigantic.
Not gigantic.
Ginormous.
Ma'am, humongous.
Yes, humongous. Okay, now come back to this word. Now see, a lot of times in your reading comprehension, they will ask ki iska synonym batao, but find the word in the passage itself. Shivansh has to focus here. First paragraph mein, this one, however, was more than enormous. It was majestic. You know what, Shivansh? Enormous means big. Majestic also means big. So if you have to pick out a word from the passage which means enormous, children, which word are you going to pick out? Batao?
Majestic.
Majestic.
Gigantic. Majestic.
Is there gigantic written anywhere?
No, ma'am.
Yes. So Anvika,
Ma'am, giant. Majestic.
is there giant written anywhere in the passage?
No, ma'am. No.
You have to listen to the question well. The question says, passage may say you have to find a word. So right now it's
majestic.
Majestic. Did you understand, everybody? Now,
Ma'am, giant.
yes, someone told me giant. Even giant is present because giant branches fanned out around the top like a crown. Now,
I said giant.
yes, Anvika, you are right. So, fanned out, you know, what does it mean? Spreading out.
Ma'am, like popped out, like spread it all over.
Yes. Golden leaves blocked the rain and wind. I want to ask you, why have they written leaves as golden?
Ma'am,
Why?
because it may be autumn, so the leaves turn yellow.
Yes, because it is autumn.
Autumn leaves.
So autumn means
Previous paragraph there was written autumn. So
yes. So in the previous paragraph, listen, bachche log, ek second. In the previous paragraph, it was written autumn, but it was written fall. So if you have to give evidence, now it has to be the exact sentence from the paragraph. So you will be saying that it was the color of the fall, जिससे पता चलता है कि it is autumn season, and we know that in autumn the leaves turn yellow, orange, golden. Okay? This is how you should be writing in your exam. Now, coming back to the text. Golden leaves blocked the rain and wind. Now, if you are deep into the forest, especially if you're talking about Amazon rainforest, and we know why it is known as rainforest, because it's always raining there. But still, it's surprising that if you have a look, if you are traveling inside the forest and it's raining, you will not get that drenched. You know why? Because you're protected by the shelter of the leaves. Leaves hai, bade ped hai, you know, we have...
yeah, ma'am, that evergreen forest. That's a forest.
Yes, yes, evergreen forest. In between roots, moss grew so neatly, it looked as though someone has stuck it in and trimmed it to fit. Do you know what mosses are? small green grass, but we will not say it as grass because grass will not be slippery, but mosses are slippery. Yes, Shamal,
Mom,
tell
is it like a sort of algae?
Yes, they are algae. Exactly. But then, they don't know about algae right now. So in simpler words, we can tell them that mosses are like green grass, but a smaller version and slippery. It's more slippery.
Yeah.
Mom,
Okay?
like dwarf
Yeah.
grasses.
Dwarf grasses also we will not say. It's just like a kind of grass. Okay, Shivansh?
Mom, is moss a grass?
A sort of grass, but it doesn't come in the category of grass. It's algae. And algae are living creatures as I don't know, even grasses are living creatures. But Shamoil, do you know more about algae? Okay.
I think they're like suppose in our houses we have dirt.
Yeah, wherever there's moisture, you will
Yeah.
see the formation of algae. And especially you will
This is
find
basically like ocean dirt, you can
Yeah,
call.
you will find it more around, the ponds, on the stones. If you have a pond in your house, just go and check it out today. Okay, you will definitely see green mosses. Yes, Ayantika, I could see the nod. Coming back to the text. Maybe someone had trimmed it. Like if you have a garden in your house and if there's a gardener coming by, he will always make the garden grass neat and trimmed. All at the same height. It's like you cut it in a way that it looks like a velvety
Mom,
grass
it looks neat and like shiny.
and a velvety surface. Okay, much softer. Okay, so he has described, look how beautifully the author has described. In between roots, moss grew so neatly, it looked as though someone had tucked it in and trimmed it to fit. Tucked in matlab someone has put it there, tightly, and they've cut it to fit. मतलब अगर हम इसको diagram में देखें, so there's one root here, and the entire space that you see here is filled with moss, and it is so neat that it looks that someone has actually cut it, okay, and placed it there, that there is no untidiness in the moss. Are you understanding what I'm trying to do, children? I'm trying to create that I'm trying to create that image in your mind. Okay? So these are all examples of imagery. Okay. Maybe someone had, for in the trunk, just above her head, was a carving. So we know that a lot of trees have carvings on it, like someone may write their name, you will see some drawings, yeah? They scratch on the tree trunk. So
Yes, ma'am.
yes, so the author thinks that, yeah, maybe someone must have tucked it in and trimmed it to fit the moss. And he's even given the reason why he thinks so, because if we see in the trunk there was a carving, and we know humans do carving. It was a heart. See, as I told you, it was a heart, like the heart on her suitcase. But in the center of this heart was the initials HH. What could it mean? Now, I want to ask everybody, answer should be in the chat box. I know it is clicking to a lot of you. What does HH mean? What could it mean, she wondered. Mona couldn't resist. Slowly, she reached up on tiptoe to touch the carving. Click! Onomatopoeia. The heart pressed inward and a door in the trunk swung open. Oh my God, it's extremely magical. So HH means Heartwood Hotel. Does it ring a bell? Does it ring a bell? Yes. Okay. So now this is how we finish this fiction text. I'm sure to
Ma'am, like the trunk door open to a Heartwood Hotel.
Yes, open to a Heartwood Hotel. Now listen, this text may be easy for few, but the next fictional story that we will read will be little complex. The reason why I chose a simpler text is so that you can pay deep emphasis to the figurative language. Okay? So now I am taking you to something else. Focus here and pay attention to this. Now I have decided that every week that we meet, we should exchange one new word that we have read. Okay, so today I want to share something that I shared in the previous class. Take out your notebook and write this word, imperative. I have told you in the last class also I've shared that this is a new word that I have learned recently, and I'm using it a lot so that it is registered in my mind. Imperative, now which means vital. If you don't know what are vital, what is a vital? Vital means important. Okay, so whenever you have to write, the most important part of this book was important ke jagah mein you write vital or you write imperative. Okay, quickly write it in your notebook.
Mama wrote.
Very good. Okay,
Mama
I wrote it in the last class only.
very good. Now my next word is, this is something that I have read recently. It's a powerful word. Okay, so don't take it as a it is don't think ki, acha, since I am just 6-year-old or 7-year-old or 8-year-old, this will not be of any use to me. It's going to be really, really useful. Can someone pronounce it for me? Hazel, would you like to give a try?
Mom, can I try?
Mom,
Okay.
can I try?
Acha, Anvika ke baad someone else is going to try.
Mom, can I?
Derogatory.
Yes, go ahead, Kiara. Who was that? Whoever wants to try, just keep saying, okay? Don't wait for my...
Derogatory.
Derogatory.
Okay.
Derogatory.
Derogatory.
Okay. Now we will always check.
Derogatory.
We will always check the pronunciation on Google. Okay?
Derogatory.
Derogatory.
It's derogatory.
Derogatory.
Now, when you come...
Derogatory.
Now listen, children. Whenever you come across a difficult word, whenever you come across a new word, Reyansh, what would be the first thing that you should do?
Ma'am, first thing we should do is to learn the meaning of the word.
Okay. Kian, anything else that you would want to add here? What would be the first thing?
Check
That-
the pronunciation.
ठीक है, check the pronunciation. Anything else? Kian, आपने बोला ये answer?
Excuse me, miss. Can I?
हाँ. Yes. Anyone? Just go ahead, बच्चा.
Ma'am, so first you find similar words that that have the same meaning as the word.
Yeah. So you
And
basically
try to
look up
find
for
the
the...
meaning.
Ma'am, see the pronunciation.
Ma'am, and try to find the meaning
Miss.
from like synonyms or the
Okay.
prefixes or suffixes that
Yeah.
can give you hints for what the meaning is.
Okay. Agree. Yes, Shamal.
First,
Yes, Kiara.
first we should look it up on Google and then learn the pronunciation.
Okay. Okay, Kiara. Some net. Yes. Okay. But no one has given me the right answer. Okay. Aradhya, would you like to try? I'm still waiting for the first thing that we need to do is the first thing that should drag your attention is which part of speech it is. Only then you will be able to use it correctly in a sentence. Okay? Derogatory is a noun, adjective, verb. Hai kya ye? Adverb, what is it? Okay? So if I tell you that derogatory is an adjective, then you can always use it in the sentence correctly. है ना? Noun के पहले आप use करोगे. So pay attention to
Ma'am,
this.
this sounds like a negative.
हाँ.
Adjective.
Okay. Yes. Okay. I would request you just please go on mute. Huh? Derogatory is an adjective. Derogatory is an adjective. Now let's find the meaning of derogatory. Derogatory is a negative adjective, as said by Advika. The reason being, you will not use derogatory to describe something good. If someone has passed on hurtful message to you, If someone has been mean to you and they have passed some hurtful comments, so instead of saying that Samaira as her classmates passed hurtful comments to her. Instead of hurtful, I'm just going to strike it off and I'm going to write derogatory. Did you understand how to use derogatory in a sentence? Okay? When you demean someone, if you use this a lot of times, it's going to be instilled in your mind and you would like to use it in your school. Just very regularly you can use, okay? And don't be scared if the spelling is wrong. So that your spelling doesn't get wrong, I want everybody to write the spelling of derogatory in the comment box. So, as everyone said, that if whenever you come across a new word, children, we look for the pronunciation, we look for the meaning. Most importantly, I would not say most importantly, I would say imperatively, we have to check the part of speech, and immediately after that, we have to read at least 2 or 3 sentences to see how it has been used in a sentence. Got it? Derogatory. So I'm going to read out couple of sentences to you. Listen attentively. बहुत ध्यान से सुनना. Okay. Derogatory means showing disrespect. He made some derogatory remark or comment about her appearance, that you look so ugly. Okay? She was upset by derogatory comments made about her clothes. So, sometimes, children, an adjective is always followed by one set of noun and they all go together. ठीक है, जैसे Kennings थे ना, Kennings, but Kennings is a very different type, like where you have a noun combination, adjective noun combination. So here derogatory will always be used with comment. ठीक है, a derogatory comment or a remark.
Can we use it like this, that Ria faced derogatory every day because of her ugly appearance?
No. Derogatory what? Derogatory what? Derogatory is an adjective, right? So you have to.
Derogatory comments.
Is there an internet connection at my side, or are you able to hear me clearly, Johan? Thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. Okay, ठीक है. So derogatory will always come with comment. Use it everywhere. I'll give you more sentences to it. Since the he referred to the survivors in derogatory terms. English speakers frequently sought help from a bilingual in order to learn a derogatory phrase that could be used as a retort. Okay? What does it mean? That if you want to attack someone, you should know how to use mean words also. Okay? So if I'm learning English and you know Hindi well, we always like to know some bad words also, so that we can use it for a person who's trying to demean us. You know what demeaning means? What demeaning means? It's again like not respecting. Okay? Demeaning. Demeaning. Disrespect. Disrespect. Okay? समझ में आया इतना? Shall we move on to the next topic, children? Okay. Now it is very important. Pay attention to what I'm doing right now. This magical tool is going to help you to write beautiful sentences, and you will ask me, wow, how, ma'am? Everybody, Kiara se lekar ke Aradhya tak, everybody can improve their sentence. I'm going to tell you how. A sentence needs a subject and a predicate, right? As the grammar says. But hota kya hai subject predicate? Subject is the noun. And we know noun can also be used, pronouns can also be used in the place of a noun. And predicate is action, which is verb. So if you have a noun and if you have a verb, your sentence is complete. Right now, everybody is going to write their own sentence. You are going to frame your own sentence. अब आप कैसे करोगे? कॉपी पेन है आपके पास? है कॉपी पेन, जोहान? है ना?
Yes.
So I want you to
ma'am.
choose. Now see, I'm going to write all these things. You also copy. Everybody, I want to see this. Okay? Don't just listen. Abhi it is the time where you have to work also. Everybody, Kiara, okay, you also write noun, then write verb, okay, then write adjective. And I'm going to teach you how you can frame interesting sentences. Okay, noun, verb, adjective. Then I can have adverb. Okay, so first I'm focusing on these four. And then I'm going to help you. I'm trying to use a good word, which means increase your sentence, super stretch your sentence, exemplify. Now I have to use, first I have to learn the meaning. What does exemplify mean? Till that time, you just copy these words. Okay, exemplify means like a typical example of the best dry sherry's expired. He exemplified his point with an anecdote. Okay, my screen disappeared. Just a second. Now you can see my screen. Can you see my screen now? No?
No, ma'am.
I'll
No,
have to share
ma'am.
this. Have you all written noun, verb, adjective, adverb, sab likh liye?
Yes, ma'am.
Everybody? Okay. Next. Sakshi. Sakshi is here, right? Sakshi, are you here? Are you here, Sakshi? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
So everybody is going to write their own noun. Noun can be anything. It can be animal. It can be whatever comes to your mind. It can be your friend also. Okay? And along with this, we will have to focus on the figurative language that we have learned. Okay? Figurative language. We have learned a lot of figurative language, right, children? Which is also known as figure of speech. Figure of speech. Now, this one was part of speech, and the other thing that we are focusing on is the figure of speech. And a combination of both helps you to form better sentence. Okay? So I want someone to work with me, and I want to take Kian. Kian, are you here? Is he here? Yes, Kian, आप अपना screen थोड़ा नीचे करो, because I can't see your face, and unmute, and you are working with me. So whatever Kian says, I will be writing on the screen, and you can work on your own sentence. So abhi hum log part of speech ke bare mein baat karenge. Kian, any noun that comes to your mind?
Tiger.
Batao. Any tiger. ठीक है. Now, any verb that comes to your mind?
Running.
Running. ठीक है. Now हमने tense कर दिया है continuous. Like Kian wants to write in present continuous. ठीक है?
Yeah.
You can just write run also, but we can later decide which part of which tense we want to write the sentence. अभी आप अपना verb decide कर लो. Run है. Kian, now I have to use an adjective. I will be using the adjective to describe what? Verb ki noun? Kian, adjective describes a
verb.
adjective describes, no, listen, adjective describes a noun. Okay? Now tell me, I will have to use adjective to describe the tiger. So how is your tiger?
Ferocious.
Think about your character.
Ferocious.
Ferocious. That's the first word that comes to our mind. Now, ferocious tiger. But पता है कियान, अब मैं आपको बता रही हूँ कि we have to work on the figurative speech, and the first figurative speech that we should think about is alliteration. ठीक है? Alliteration. Whenever you describe your character, try to make it allitered. Like adjective or जो noun form है ना, it has to be both in the same It should start with the same sound. So tiger ke sath ferocious to nahi aa raha hai. What should I do? You know what I'll do, children? I'm going to go on Google and I will write synonym for ferocious. Okay, synonym for ferocious. And then there would be a lot of words, but I am looking for just that word which is starting with a T, because tiger is T, right? Yes?
Yeah.
It is not as necessary that I will find a word starting from T, but still I will look once. I don't think so I could see anything. So then I'm going to write it as how he has suggested. That ferocious tiger. Okay, he was running. Adverb. Coming back to Kian. Kian, adverb will describe a verb. So how was he running? Fast, slow? Was he wobbling? Was he sprinting? Acha. Was he limping? Huh?
Sprinting.
Sprinting will become a verb. Okay? But we have to describe an adverb. How he was running. So how can be fast or slow? Now you tell me.
Fast.
Huh? Kian, any?
Fast.
Okay. He was running fast. Okay. So now we've not been able to find alliteration, but another figure of speech. Johan, have you heard of simile and metaphor?
Yes.
So in simile and metaphor we compare. Okay? So if we say that he was running, so he was running very fast. So can we compare a tiger's run with something else which is very fast? Anyone can answer here.
Ma'am, cheetah. Leopard.
Cheetah.
Ma'am,
Cheetah. Horse.
Ma'am, jaguar.
Cheetah.
And-
Jaguar.
Ma'am, jaguar.
Cheetah.
Tiger.
Okay. Okay.
Jaguar. Ma'am,
Okay, there's an internet connection problem. Okay. So, yes, I could hear what you are saying. The tiger was running as fast as the cheetah. Is it correct? Ferocious tiger was running as fast as a cheetah. Now I have used as. Isn't it a simile? Simile hai na ye?
Yes,
Hai na?
ma'am.
Yes.
So I
Yes.
am comparing
Yes,
his
ma'am.
speed. Speed as fast as a cheetah. It can also be, as fast thunder, light, etc. आपके ऊपर है, आप कुछ भी लिख सकते हो. Okay, next. Now coming back to Kian. Kian, पता है मेरा sentence अभी भी incomplete क्यों है? Because I have not given a lot of information. Now, where was he running? Kian, coming back to this. We have worked on the part of speech. Figurative language भी we have described. Okay. Where was forest? Okay, and at what time, Kian?
Please try to understand.
Morning, evening, dawn, dusk. कुछ भी. What want to write? Tell me, क्या लिखना चाहिए?
Ma'am, I cannot see your screen.
हाँ?
I cannot see the screen. I cannot see screen.
Okay.
Mama, I cannot see the
Can you please ask Ayantika to log in because I can't see her on the screen. Okay. I can't hear you clearly, children, because of some network issues. But are you able to hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. So, coming back
Yes,
to Kian.
ma'am.
Forest में at what time?
Morning.
Forest में कब? Morning को, evening को, afternoon को?
Morning.
Morning. Now, instead of morning, I want to use a better word.
Dawn.
Johan, any other word for
dawn,
morning
dawn,
can we use?
Dawn.
Have you heard this phrase, crack?
As the sunrise.
Look at the screen. Have you heard of this word, crack of something? Crack of something?
Crack
No,
of
ma'am.
dawn.
Uh-huh.
Ma'am.
Crack of dawn.
Crack of dawn. Crack of dawn. Okay. So this is how you can make your sentences interesting. Now all that we have to do is put them all together. And then your sentence is going to be ready. Children, I'm not able to hear you all. So I am continuously asking that, are you able to hear me?
Yes.
Are you able to hear me? Yes. Shamoil, you tell me, are you able to hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh.
Clearly.
So have you written your own set of words, like aapne apna noun, pronoun, whatever it is, have you decided?
Yes,
Yes
ma'am.
or no?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Have you
ma'am.
chosen your noun, your verb, your adjective, your adverb, and your figurative language? Now I have to assemble. Okay? How am I going to assemble? Can you try, like, see, everything is ready here with you. You can try to assemble this particular format for me. Okay? Work on the current one, then that there is a tiger, he's running, and these are the words that we have chosen, and this is a simile that we are working on. Give me your version of sentence. Everybody, I want you to frame a sentence on these words. I'll give you 5 minutes. And the last question that I would ask here is, why was he running? That will make your sentence a complete sentence. Okay? Think about it. Thinking is very important. Right now, I have provided everything to you. You will just have to put them together. That there was a ferocious tiger. He was running as fast as a cheetah when at the crack of the dawn. And why was he running? To chase something that he wants to eat, to chase his prey. That's a good word.
To chase the deer.
To chase his prey. But in simple sentence, I know a lot of you would be thinking of just to eat his food, or, to chase an animal, anything it can be. But instead of an animal, I have chosen to write as prey. Whoever is can raise their hand and give me their version tense. Hello. Anyone is ready here? Aradhya?
We have to make a new one.
What?
Do we have to make a new one?
You have to make. Who is asking the doubt?
Me.
Me as in Kian?
Yeah.
Me is Kian. Kian, आप ये वाला word जो हमने आज, yeah, you have to use all the things here that we have written, and you have to put it in a sentence. Just write the sentence using tiger, running, ferocious, fast, everything. Yes, Anvika, go ahead.
Mama.
Okay, after Anvika,
ma'am.
Anvika, you can give me the answer.
Ma'am, the ferocious
Yes,
tiger.
Anvika, go. We are waiting. Anvika, पता है आपका नेटवर्क कनेक्शन आज बहुत पुअर है. आप put what you do, switch off your video and then try to say. Okay, switch off your video and then say.
Ma'am, now it's clear.
Okay, write in the chat box. Ayantika, you can go ahead.
Ma'am, can I say?
Write in the chat box, Anvika.
As a good hide and seek player.
Yes, Ayantika. Oh my God. I would request.
Ma'am,
Can you type in the chat box, please, Ayantika? Yes. Ayantika, type it in the chat box, beta. Okay? Yes, Shivansh.
Ma'am, the ferocious tiger was running as fast as a cheetah at crack of dawn to catch his prey.
Okay, I want to structure
Ma'am,
it
can I-
correctly. ठीक है? Shivansh, very well done. Let me correct Shivansh's sentence and then Sakshi, आपका सुनूंगी मैं. Now we will start the sentence like this. At the crack of dawn, I'm going to begin my sentence like this. At the crack of dawn, the ferocious tiger was running as fast as a leopard to attack his prey. Is it a good sentence? Are you happy with this sentence? ठीक
Yes,
है.
ma'am.
Sakshi, your turn.
Jolly Jaguar
जल्दी
was
बताओ.
Jolly Jaguar was chasing his prey to eat in the crack of dawn.
Was chasing his prey
To eat in the crack
to
of
eat.
dawn. Yes, ma'am.
And after that?
In the
At the
crack of dawn.
At the crack. Okay. Now using in or at, that is also something that you will have to check. Is it at the crack of dawn or in the crack of dawn?
Ma'am, in.
Now, we will always say at the crack of dawn. ठीक है? Not in the crack of dawn.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Now, Jolly Jaguar was chasing his prey to eat at the crack of dawn. Don't write to eat. Jolly
Okay,
Jaguar
ma'am.
was chasing his prey at the crack of dawn. ठीक है? To have a satiating breakfast. Does it sound well?
Yes,
Sakshi?
ma'am.
ठीक है? हाँ. Copy this. Now we will be moving on to the last part. I just want to see आपने क्या sentence लिखा है. Ayantika and Anvika, I can't see your sentences, बच्चे तो. Okay, Anvika has written, Ayantika, where is your sentence? The ferocious tiger was running as fast as a leopard to chase the prey at the crack of dawn in the forest. Very good. Dawn का spelling correct करना, DAWN. ठीक है? The trembling mouse crouched down as low as a good hide and seek player to hide in the game. Oh my god, Antika, ये तो मुझे समझ में नहीं आ रहा है. It's the trembling mouse crouched down as low as a good hide and seek player, as low as a good hide and seek player to hide in the game she and her friends were playing. Antika, the only thing that you should work on is placing the commas properly. Once you place your comma, your punctuation mark, anyone who is reading the sentence would be appreciating how to read it and you know what you're trying to say. So try to please work on it right now and I will check. You can even write it in your notebook and I will check it
I
later.
guess
Use the correct comma.
trying to say that the trembling mouse.
Okay. Now, remember, now this is the last thing. This is the last thing and we're going to wind up in 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Okay. We know the meaning of dict. Do you know what does dict mean? Aradhya, I will read your word. We discussed dict in the last class, which is a Latin root word. Okay. Dict means to say. Okay. Now, how the knowledge, now we are discussing morphemic awareness. So how the knowledge of morphemic awareness, which means how the knowledge of a root word can help you understand the meaning of new words. ठीक है? अभी अगर if I want to say this in Hindi, अगर आपको root word का मतलब पता है, how can you closely guess? आप कैसे guess कर सकते हो any new word that you come across जिसमें dict लिखा हुआ है? ठीक है?
Ma'am, like dict, you
Now,
can relate with dictation, like to dictate what we have to write
yes.
to say.
Wait, let me write. I'm giving you the words. Valedictory or valedictorian. ठीक है? Or valedict. Okay? Next is dictation. Okay.
Ma'am, addicted.
Addicted is also a word. We will be writing it down. Anyone else? Give me
Ma'am,
more
predict.
word. Which
Ma'am,
predict. Which we did predict. Anything else?
Ma'am, predict.
Ma'am,
Anything else?
dictate. Ma'am, dictate.
Ma'am, dictate.
So
Ma'am,
dictate
dictionary.
is like dictate. Huh? Verdict.
Dictionary.
Very good. Which dictionary? ठीक है. Anything else? See how a knowledge of just one word, that is dict, is able to give you the meaning of the other words. ठीक है? Another word is contradict. Okay. Now these all words, just follow listen to me carefully. ये सारे words में क्या आपको hidden dict दिख रहा है? कियान dict है ना? And dict का मतलब होता है to say.
Yes.
So there is a person who is known as valedictorian. Suppose आप अपने कॉलेज से ग्रेजुएट करोगे, you are the highest scorer of the college. ठीक है? Grade 10 से suppose you're passing out from your school and you've done very well in your school. So they chose you as the valedictorian. ठीक है? Valedictorian. So what does a valedictorian do? He is going to give a speech on behalf of all his fellow mates. A valedictorian will be giving the speech. He's going to deliver the valedictory. ठीक है? Which is valedictory is your farewell speech. So a valedictorian, कोई भी word अगर IAN से start होता है तो हमको पता है वो noun है. Let me give you some examples. Musician. Anything else? Pediatrician. Yes. We go to see our doctors, right? Doctor को pediatrician बोलते हैं. तो musician, pediatrician. Anything else that comes to your mind?
Ma'am,
No,
nutrition.
not at the moment. ठीक है. So next is dictation. When the teacher takes dictation, when the teacher is taking your test at school, she's giving the test. She's taking the test. Okay. Now I'm confused now. She's going to give the test and we take the test, right? We take the exam, gives the exam to us, right? Okay, coming back to dictation. So she tells the meaning, right? And we have to write down, children. So she's dictating. Now, addict. And an addict is going to speak heavily about someone. ठीक है? Addict. Predict is someone who is telling before. Something is going to happen, and if you're predicting what is going to happen, so you're going to say कि क्या होने वाला है. Now, wait, let me finish. Pre means before. Pre is a prefix. Pre is a prefix, which means before. Okay. Now, next is again dictate, which is just like dictation. So dictate is the verb form and dictation is the noun form. What is verdict? Now, verdict is the statement that the judge gives. So judge is going to give the statement that this fellow person who is accused of a crime, is he innocent or he is guilty? So the judge is going to give a verdict. Again, verdict, because he's going to say something about the person who is accused. Dictionary is a book that tells you the meaning. Again, dictionary is telling you something. Contradict is someone who is saying against what you are saying. For example, I always say that I study hard, but I contradict. If you come to my house, you will never see me studying. Am I not contradicting my statement? Am I not telling you the wrong thing? Am I not going against my statement? Okay? So the knowledge of word has helped you with the meaning of say 8 words today. Got it? So I hope you liked the class. I'm going to just check the sentence of Ayantika as well as Aradhya, and you're all free to go. I hope you liked the class. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye. At the crack of dawn, the petrified tiger ran like a... Bye-bye. Aradhya, I hope you're here. Aradhya,
Bye, mom.
he's left.
Bye, mom.
Okay. Bye bye. Bye bye.